Hi, my name is Erich Niederlehner, and I'm a bankruptcy attorney in Florida and Alabama. My primary office is in Pensacola, Florida, but I have satellite offices in Mobile, Alabama, Fairhope, Alabama, Fort Walton Beach, Florida, and Panama City, Florida. We cover the Gulf Coast, and we're here to help you with all your Chapter 7 and Chapter 13 bankruptcy needs. If you're thinking about bankruptcy and you'd like to contact my office, the toll-free number is 877-607-2228, and our website is shouldifileforbankruptcy.com. Again, my name is Erich Niederlehner, and you're watching the Bankruptcy Video Blog. Today we're going to talk about debt collection and what your rights are under the Fair Debt Collection Act. When you haven't paid your bills for a long time, your debt gets sold. It gets sold to collection agencies or even attorneys that collect debt for creditors, and those people fall under the Fair Debt Collection Act. Now, the original creditor, one of your credit cards or medical bills or whoever, they don't fall under the Fair Debt Collection Act. But once it's turned over to a collection agency or a collection attorney or a third party, they are a debt collector under the Fair Debt Collection Act Practices Act. And under that act, the creditors can't call you before 8 a.m. or after 9 p.m., your time zone, not theirs. They can't request payment beyond what is actually owed. So if you owe $1,000, they can't say, well, it's $1,000 plus another $500 for our efforts. No, it's only the $1,000 that's owed. They can't use abusive, obscene, profane language. They can't threaten legal action, which isn't permitted by law, i.e. saying that there's a sheriff on your doorstep, and if you don't pay them, they're going to have the sheriff come arrest you. They can't call you at work after being instructed that your employer prohibits private phone calls at work. And contacting you directly after you being instructed that you're represented by an attorney is also prohibited. So what I do is when a person retains me for bankruptcy, when a creditor contacts them, I tell them, look, tell the creditor that you've retained me for bankruptcy and that you're currently represented, and if they need to discuss this debt matter with somebody, they need to contact my office and give them that information to contact my office. So when you're facing debt collection, don't ignore the calls, because when a creditor tries to collect on a debt after a bankruptcy's been filed, there's some serious penalties that they could face. They could be held in contempt of court, and those contempt charges could be for violating the automatic stay, and that's an injunction that goes into effect once a bankruptcy is filed. And that lasts until the end of the bankruptcy, when it's replaced with a discharge injunction, and that's a permanent injunction prohibiting the creditors from ever trying to collect on that debt. So it's important that if a creditor violates those discharges or those injunctions, that they're held accountable and held in contempt of court. Also, prior to filing, if they're harassing you, calling you every hour on the hour saying, hey, when are you going to pay? That's harassment. If you tell them, hey, I don't have any money, 30 minutes later, you're still not going to have any money. And to repeatedly just make your phone ring is harassment and can be a claim under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. So talk to an experienced bankruptcy attorney. Talk to them about your debt. Talk to them about you filing bankruptcy. Go over all your options, whether you should file a Chapter 7, Chapter 13, whatever. See if bankruptcy is right for you. Know the law, know your rights, and protect those rights. And you don't have to take this harassment from creditors day in and night, or in every night. You have rights and you need to enforce them. So I encourage you to talk to an attorney and find out what those rights are. If you'd like to call my office, Again, the toll-free number is 877-607-2228. And there is a wealth of information at our website at shouldifileforbankruptcy.com. Again, my name is Erich Niederlehner, and I thank you for watching the Bankruptcy Video Blog.